Welcome into the Ranch Sitdown. My guest today, the great Jordan Nix. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
I'm great.
Thanks for having me.
How about a song for us to get us kicked off?
Yeah, for sure.
What are we going to hear?
Well, I think, I'm going to play For My Son. I think you added that one to New Music Friday.
Well, I'm like crying right off the start of an interview.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to warm these steamboat vocal cords up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all those things that my dad said, they never really sank in till I had a child I could call my own. Wish I could have wrote them down, the words that came out of his mouth, 'cause I'm sure that they would help me somehow. If you got questions, check your Bible. Don't put things off until tomorrow. Love that girl like you ain't loved nothing else. Don't speak your mind when you get angry. Have grace, show some patience, and help others before you go and help yourself. Your last name is the legacy of the line that you come from. I hope I can be my father for my son. Call your mama every chance you get, and boy, don't you ever forget we had your back to the finish from the start. And I promise I won't always get it right, but I promise that I'll always try. Give it every single thing I've got. If you got questions, check your Bible. Don't put things off until tomorrow. Love that girl like you ain't loved nothing else. Don't speak your mind when you get angry. Have grace, show some patience, and help others before you go and help yourself. Your last name is the legacy of the line that you come from. I hope I can be my father. Hope I can be my father. Well, I hope I can be my father for my son.
We're going to take a break. I'm going to go call my dad
Yeah.
real quick. Holy cow. Jordan Nix on the Ranch Sitdown. That is the new one we just added to the playlist. It's an absolutely powerful song. It seems like everything you do is that way now. What's it like? And I noticed when you were singing that, we got a little audience here. I noticed when you were singing that, you had your eyes closed.
Yes.
Because I feel like it's got to be difficult to sing that song and see it connect with somebody in the crowd.
A little bit. I also, if I'm just singing at the house by myself, my eyes are normally closed. I don't know
Really?
what it is about singing and having to look at
Probably
things.
because you break down if you saw somebody breaking down in the
Well,
audience.
yeah, and man, there's just I got a couple songs that if I sing them on the right day, they catch me, and
Yeah.
it's easier to not let the emotion show if you're not looking, so.
I don't know how you do it, man, but like it is you reach a place in people with your songwriting that not a lot of people can do.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
You've been working on some new stuff.
I have that.
So tell
yeah.
us about where we are in this project.
Yeah, so I, like a year and a half ago, started going to a studio in Phoenix called the Tone Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's where Travis Roberts cut his last record, and
Great
Shelby
album,
Stone
yeah.
cut some of her stuff there. And they've got a really killer setup, and it's just not close. So booking trips to Phoenix,
Right.
it's taken a little bit longer. So in the meantime, I just got together with a buddy of mine, and we kind of are working on another acoustic record like Dirge a couple years ago. Kind of pair with that and buy some time, and we've released some of those singles. For My Son was one of those, and still very emotional, but maybe a little lighter and a little happier, better emotions than the sadness that Dirge was a couple years ago.
I saw your set last night, and you were telling a story about how your mom asked you to release a happy song so she could share it and let everybody know that you were okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have very, very good parents, and
that's good.
My mom calls and checks up on me, and
You're always going to be her baby.
Yeah, and I'm the baby of 5 kids. So
are you really?
I'm the baby.
Yeah,
baby.
You look like a baby.
Well, I'm also the runt of my family, and nobody believes it. But yeah,
Mom an Amazon woman or what?
My dad's 6'8", and my mom's almost, I don't know, probably 5'11", almost 6 foot. So, but yeah, I've got brothers that are 6'10" and 6'9". Yeah, I thought I was a small guy until I graduated high school.
Yeah.
But no, it was just, I don't know, a several year stretch that just life was hard, and my mom checked on me a lot.
That's great.
She just called me one day and she was like, "Hey, I like to share your videos on Facebook, but the last couple have been real sad. Is there any chance you could write a happy song?" And that was her way of saying, look for some good.
Yeah. Find the positive.
And write a song about it. And it worked. And I think in a weird way, a lot of times you write songs about, something that has happened in your life, and then you look up 3 years later and realize you accidentally told the future, Wow, and so it was one of those things that I wrote a song about having a good day, but it was a little shift in thought process or what I was looking for. And I think I've had more good days since that song and that conversation. And, maybe spoke that into existence a little bit for myself. And I think that's cool.
Well, it's great to have a family behind you when you do music. You grew up in a music family.
Yeah. My dad is, my whole life he was a pastor, but when he and my mom first got married, they redid an old Greyhound bus and toured Arkansas and Texas and Oklahoma doing revivals and preaching. And he and my mom and my aunt and my uncle and my oldest sister and brother were born and lived on the tour bus till they were like 2 or 3. And all my brothers play and sing. So I was the baby. Whenever I turned 11, they handed me a guitar and said, "If you want to hang out with us,
you have to learn this.
Figure this out." Yeah.
Was there ever any, at 11, it's kind of hard, but was there any thought process of doing something else with your life besides music? Or, I mean, it seems like that's what you grew up in. It's what you were destined to do.
I mean, for a long time, I always thought like I'd grow up and be a teacher.
Really?
And then I went to college and realized I liked writing songs way more than I liked going to class. And and it wasn't something I thought about or didn't think about, because my brothers were always in garage bands and we'd go and catch their shows. And I mean, my family was the church band for the church that my dad pastored, with other members of the congregation.
Yeah.
But it just playing music and making music with others was something that I didn't think of it as a job or not. I just knew that I probably would do it in some capacity. And I did for, I don't know, worked in churches and with youth groups through college. And my brothers put out their own records and were in bands. And so, I watched them write songs all growing up. So I started writing songs. And then, the next logical step is to go record them in your brother's garage,
Yeah.
And I just really liked the whole process. And I never thought about it as like it would be my job.
Really?
I just thought it would be something I would do, and I could go teach, or I got my real estate license and sold real estate for a little bit. I've done a bunch of things. But probably, I don't know, 9 or 10 years ago it switched, and it was like, well, we can still do other things to make money, but you can tell people this is your job,
right.
And you can pursue it like you want it, and you can act like it means something to you more than just a hobby. And I wasn't ever pushed, any which way. I just grew up around it, and it was just there,
Are you the best songwriter in your family?
Depends on which of my brothers you ask.
All right.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, and My brothers and my dad are all very, very good songwriters, and I've cut some of my brother's songs
That's
on
what I was
old
gonna ask you,
records.
yeah.
And, I've probably written more songs than my brothers, but I've spent more time on it.
Right.
I got a brother that can sing me under the table, and a brother that plays guitar laps around me. And
Wow.
yeah, but the songwriting was kind of in all of us, probably from my dad. But
Right.
yeah,
So family get-togethers, you guys sit around and play music?
exclusively.
Really?
Yeah. We we're very competitive. So if there's a basketball hoop, we'll shoot hoops, and that doesn't last as long as
I
it
could
used
see
to.
that.
I'm the 32-year-old baby of the family, so yeah. And then we go inside and pull out guitars and pass them around. It's kind of like if you were up here last night, just not nearly as much Deep Eddy's vodka, but just kind of a song swap and play songs. And my parents put out records years and years ago. I still have one of their vinyls. Their band name was Reflections of the Sun, but SON.
Oh yeah, great.
And so they put out records, and every now and then we can talk them into playing a song that they sang back in the 70s and 80s, and I love it. It's really cool, and it also kind of I didn't really have another choice. It's the only thing I've known,
Right.
Whenever you hang out with people, you play songs and sing harmonies, try to anyways, So
You really light up when you talk about your family.
yeah, man.
It's nice to have that support system for sure.
Yeah.
What was the discussion like when you told them, like, I'm going to try this out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to release albums?
I don't think that it was something that surprised them.
Right.
I mean, I was like, whenever I was 11 and my family wanted me to start playing guitar, all my brothers played guitar. I wanted to play drums.
Oh, really?
And
You're good.
I remember I was driving home from school with my mom, and we were talking about it, and I said, Mom, I want to play drums. And she was wanting to put me in guitar lessons. And I was like, can I take drum lessons instead? And she said, I'll tell you what, you can do drum lessons if you take guitar lessons too. And I kind of rolled my eyes, and she said, Jordan, you cannot write songs from a drum kit.
Right.
You're going to write songs, and you can't do it like you need to learn other things. And again, probably she spoke some things into existence that day,
Right.
And so for my mom, it was never a question. Like, she was happy because this is what she always thought. My dad was like, well, I was in a band.
Right.
And
Let me tell you a thing.
you have to pay bills. And, so, that's a good dad, making sure that you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
And,
Get your head straight.
yeah. So I think my very first band I had, we were called Jordan Nix and the Day Drinkers, and that didn't sit too well.
I bet not.
It wasn't the pursuing the music, but it was maybe the content of what I was singing about. I hadn't lived enough to write anything too terribly deep, So
Yeah, you got to go through some stuff.
Yeah.
To be a good songwriter.
Yeah, and some stuff has happened.
Right. That's for all of us, buddy. So we're working on new stuff. Do you have a goal for that, maybe to release 2026, or just whenever it happens, it happens?
I'm still, I don't understand how to release music effectively anymore.
I don't think anybody understands it anymore.
Anybody does.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to just finish all of it
Mm-hmm.
and not rush it.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I like what it is, and
I think that's the most important.
really, really, really close.
Oh, good.
But once all of it's done, I'm gonna probably do some singles and probably try to figure out a different way to release the record so we can sell records before it's just available for everyone to get for free.
To give away, yeah.
Records cost money to make.
Yeah.
And, I don't have like a specific day to start, but I'm putting out, the last two things I've done have been acoustic records, and I love, the songwriter stuff, and very much who I am at my core is that, but also I've got a really good band, and we're starting to play more shows together, and I have wanted to put out a fully produced record with my band, and so I will have that music out this year at some point, probably sooner than later. So,
well, before we get out of here, could you do us one more song?
Yeah, for sure. Do we want to cry one more time, or do we want?
Your showcase, whatever you want to do, Jordan.
Cool. I'm gonna try this, and if my voice cracks really bad, we can just like.
It was emotion.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Went to a writer's retreat in Turkey, Texas, a couple weeks ago, and me and Slade Coulter wrote this song. And it'll be, I kind of rushed this one, and this will be probably one of the newer singles that comes out when music comes out again.
Oh, cool.
Well, baby, don't pull the pin or the plug or the rug. Don't pull the punch, lay me out. Let me know all the damage I've caused in the back of my mind. I can find, but we're both wrong and both right 99% of the time. There's a fine line hanging in between heart of truth and being mean, and I can say that it's an awful pain. And you keep everything at a stone's throw. Look at love like it's danger close, then you take aim. But don't hold my heart, don't hold my heart like a hand grenade. Light a match, let it burn. Got a whole pack, we can take turns speaking softly when we're angry, trying not to blow out the light. 'Cause there's a fine line hanging in between heart of truth and being mean, and I can say that it's an awful pain. You keep everything at a stone's throw. Look at love like it's danger close, then you take aim. But don't hold my heart, don't hold my heart like a hand grenade. Why do you think I'm the enemy? My white flag's waving, baby, can't you see? It ain't me, it ain't me. You dug your trench, buried your feet, but my white flag's waving, baby, can't you see? It ain't me, it ain't me. 'Cause there's a fine line hanging in between heart of truth and being mean, and I can say that it's an awful pain. You keep everything at a stone's throw. Look at love like it's danger close, then you take aim. But don't hold my heart, don't hold my heart like a hand grenade.
If I didn't have these sleeves on, you could see the chills right now.
Well, good. I'm glad that I think we made it through that one okay.
I think you did well. You did well. Jordan Nix, thank you so much for chatting
Shayne,
with me.
thank you so much.
Can't wait to hear more of the new stuff. been an honor and a pleasure, and this is one of the reasons you're one of the best songwriters in the state of Texas, man.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
are. Thank you, Jordan.
That. Thanks, dude.